Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're doing Chile's Volcanoes Part 4. We're going to start with Kuc Seamount. Kuc Seamount is a submarine volcano, the most westerly of the Eastern Seamount chain or Sela Gomez Ridge. To the east are Maui Seamount and the Easter Island. It rises 2,500 meters from the seafloor to within a few hundred meters of the sea surface. The Kuc Seamount is fairly young and believed to have developed in the last few 100,000 years, as the Nazca Plate floats over the Easter hotspot. So we can see it's here. Our next one is Ojos de Maricunga. And give it a second. There we go. This is a volcano in the Maricunga belt of Chile, in the Cordillera de Miaco, and it was found by Muniz 1894. Our next one is El Solo. El Solo is a large stratovolcano on the border between Argentina and Chile, west of Ojos del Salado. It consists of 9 eruptive centers and is covered in light-colored rhyodacite pyroclastic flow deposits. Our next one is Kuc Easter Island. This is one of 3 main extinct volcanoes that form Rapa Nui, Easter Island, a Chilean island in the Pacific Ocean. At 3,700 meters, it is the island's second highest point after Tarevka. Kuc forms the eastern headland of Rapa Nui, and there is an abrupt cliff, the Kuc Ditch, across the island, marking the boundary between flows from Tarevka and Kuc. Kuc last erupted between 230,000 years and 705,000 years ago in the Pleistocene, and as the oldest of Easter Island's 3 volcanoes, it is the most weathered with relatively stoneless soil. Raku is a 324-meter or 1,063-foot high tall extinct volcano that forms the southwestern headland of Easter Island, a Chilean island in the Pacific Ocean. It was formed of basaltic lava flows in the Pleistocene, with its youngest rocks dated at between 150,000 and 210,000 years old. So we're going to take a few views here. You can see Raku is over here. Raku Crater Easter Island is there. Then you have Ahu Nana is here. So we're going to do a few views on the island here. If I can find the spots that I had. Hang on, back up a little bit. There we go. Finally, Okay, here's one view here. And this will be a little bit away from there, but we should be able to see something. So we're going to turn around this way. Uh-oh, trees. Okay, so we have no view on this one. Not good. But we have gorgeous, gorgeous ocean views here. And looking out across the island here. It may be on top here. And we're going to the next one. And another one. We'll go over here. And it's just a little bit slow until it loads. So the volcanoes we're actually talking about were over in this area here. And still giving it a second to load. Okay, so we can see them back over in here. In this area. And that is where Poke is. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with my thing today. Okay, our next one is Ranokau Crater, Easter Island. Ranokau is a crater lake. It is 324 meters or 1,063 feet tall extinct volcano that forms the southwestern headland of Easter Island, a Chilean island in the Pacific Ocean. It was formed of basaltic lava flows in the Pliocene, with its youngest rocks dated at between 150,000 and 210,000 years ago. Ranokau has a crater lake, which is one of the island's only 3 natural bodies of fresh water. The lake is located approximately 100 meters or 330 feet above sea level, but it is more than 200 meters or 660 feet below the highest of the crater's ridges. The volcanic cone is largely surrounded by water, and much of it has been eroded back to form high sea cliffs, which at one point have started to bite into the crater wall. The inside walls of the crater are sloped at an angle of between 65 degrees, steepest nearest the crest, and 45 degrees, gentlest at the lake shore. From the ruins of the ceremonial village of Orongo, the cliff face drops to the southwest at an angle of 50 degrees to the seashore, some 300 meters or 980 feet below. On its southern side, the volcano slopes down to Mataveri International Airport. Ranokau is in the World Heritage Site of Rapa Nui National Park and gives its name to one of the several sections of the park. The principal archaeological site on Ranokau is the ruined ceremonial village of the Orongo, which is located at the point where the sea cliff and inner crater wall converge. One ahu with several Maui was recorded on the cliffs at Ranokau in 1880s, but had fallen to the beach by the time of the Routledge expedition in 1914. As well as basalt, it contains several other igneous rocks, including obsidian, for which it was one of the major sources for the island's stoneworks and pumice. The crater is almost a mile across and has its own microclimate, sheltered from the winds that wet most of the rest of the island. Figs and vines flourish in Ranokau. The inner slope was the site of the last Toromiro tree in the wild until a specimen was chopped down for firewood in 1960. So let's see if we have any views for this crater. And you can see this is the crater and this is the lake. And we have one inside the crater, so let's go there first. That would be cool. Okay, my pen's still here. Come on, pen, drop out of there. Okay, so anyway, hopefully that pen will drop off in a second. There's a tree up there. Not great because this is not acting like I want it to. I had this better earlier. So we can kind of see here. Let's see if we got a different one. And that's the only one we have is there. So let's back up some and see if we can get a different one. We have one up on top. And so we can see we're inside the crater area here. And this is the crater. And this is the lake over here. And out over the island. Okay, and moving on to the next one. Our next one is Derivaka Volcano, Easter Island. This is the largest, tallest, 1,664.73 feet, and youngest of the three main extinct volcanoes that form Rapa Nui Easter Island, a Chilean island in the Pacific Ocean. Several smaller volcanic cones and craters dot its slopes, including a crater hosting one of the island's three lakes, Rana Ori. Map of Rapa Nui showing Tavesca, Polk, and Ranakui. Terravaka from space with Hangaroe above and Rapaka at top. A west up photo. Okay, I'm looking because I forgot to put this on here. Sorry. This is one of the most topographically isolated summits on Earth. Okay, so we're going to see this is Mount over here. Mount Tavaka is here. So I'm going to see if we have a view. You can see how big it is. We have one, two. We have one right at the top, so let's see. Oh, took us here. Whoa. Okay. And we're backing up and going forward. So you can tell we're up on top here. Don't have the greatest view on this one, sorry. Check that out. Now that's pretty. Yeah, moving on to the next one. Porquesa. Porquesa is a massive lava dome complex produce small volumes of ignimbrites dated at 0.15 and 0.29 million years ago. And our next one is Maui Seamount. Maui Seamount is a submarine volcano, the second most westerly and eastern seamount chain, or Sala Gomez Ridge. It is east of Paco Seamount and west of Easter Island. It rises above 2,500 meters from the ocean floor to within a few hundred meters of the sea surface. The Maui Seamount is fairly young, having developed in the last few hundred years as the Nazca Plate floats over the eastern hotspot. The Maui Seamount was named after the Maui statues and neighboring Easter Island. So we can see it is here. And moving on to the next one, Cacopoulos volcano. Cacopoulos Seamount, also known as Azufre, is a stratovolcano located in the Atacama region of Chile. The volcano separates the two portions in which Nevado Tres Cruces National Park is divided. It is in its vicinity lies Ojos del Salado. At its summit, an Inca platform can be found. Oh wow, interesting. So let's see if we have any views for here. And we have none for this one. So we're moving on to the next one, which is Pangato. Pangato is one of the highest mountains in the Americas. It is massive Andean stratovolcano dating to the Pleistocene times. It lies on the border between the Chilean metropolitan region and about 80 kilometers or 50 miles east of Santiago and the Argentine province of Mendoza, about 100 kilometers or 62 miles south of Aconcagua, the highest peak of both the southern and western hemispheres. Immediately to its southwest is the active Topanga Quito volcano, which last erupted in 1987. This is Topanga Quito over here. So let's do that. Wow. There's no views for this one. And moving on to the next one, Topanga Quito. And this is in the northernmost historically active stratovolcano of the southern Andes. It lies on the border between Argentina and Chile, about 62 miles east of Santiago, and immediately southwest of the massive Cerro Pangato stratovolcano. Its name is a diminutive homonym and means little to Pangato. And it looks like there's a lake down here too. Moving on to the next one, which is an unnamed. It's a seamount. It is here. This is a submarine volcano, Seamount JF6. The eruption reported in 1839 from the seamount at the eastern end of Juan Fernandinez island chain is considered highly suspect. Although an ephemeral island was reportedly formed, the seamount has a depth of more than 60 meters and lies at the eastern end of an island chain that is progressively younger to the west. I don't see any island here, so let's peek down here. And moving on to the next one, Robinson Crusoe volcano. The main part of Robinson Crusoe Island, in the central part of the Juan Fernandez Island group, is composed of 4 overlapping shield volcanoes with calderas breached to the northeast. The southwest part of the basaltic island consists of a smaller altered cones. Potassium argon dates for the island range from 5.8 to 3.8 million years ago, and the island is more dissected than Alexander Sekiv Island to the west. An eruption at Emount was reported in 1743, but is considered uncertain. Reports exist of a submarine eruption about 1.5 kilometers north of the island in 1835 that produced an explosion and flames that lit up the island, primarily from the governor, but the story varied over the years and no evidence was ever located. Wow. So this is Robinson Crusoe volcano. Isla Robinson Crusoe. Our next one is Alexander Serkirk Island, Selkirk. Sorry, you guys. Still fighting this cold that I got from having whooping cough. Okay, let's do that again. This is a dome-shaped island of Alexander Selkirk. It is the emergent summit of a Pleistocene shield volcano at potassium argon date of 1.1 million years ago. Is the youngest obtained for Juan Fernandez Island. So let's see if we can do this. Something fun. So this is the island out here. It's kind of neat. I like this Google Earth because it'll show you what the underwater looks like as well. And moving on to the next one. San Jose volcano. is a stratovolcano that gives its name to a massive volcanic group. At about 90 kilometers or 56 miles from Santiago de Chile, at the end of the Cajon de Maipo on the Chile-Argentina border. It lies on the south end of an approximately 10-kilometer, 6-mile by 5-kilometer, 3-mile complex that includes the La Engorda, Espiritu Santo, Plantat, and Marmolejo volcanoes, the latter of which is located on the northern end of the group. Check out this caldera here. This is the caldera. Our next one is Maipo volcano. Maipo is a stratovolcano in the Andes lying on the border between Argentina and Chile. It is located 56 miles south of Topanga and about 100 kilometers, 62 miles southeast of Santiago. Maipo retains a symmetrical conical volcanic shape and is among the southernmost 5,000-meter peaks in the Andes. Maipo is located within the Diamante caldera, a feature of about 15 kilometers by 20 kilometers in size that is about 1/2 million year old. It rises about 6,230 feet above the floor of the caldera. Immediately to the east of the peak, on the east side of the caldera floor, is Laguna del Mar, a picturesque lake that formed when lava flow blocked drainage channels from the caldera in 1826. The Diamante caldera erupted 450 cubic kilometers or 108 cubic miles of tephra 450,000 years ago. Wow. Let's see if we got any views here. And there's the lake here. So you never know. We have some here. So we'll go right here. And we can see our volcano is over here. And this is the lake. The pictures are a little messed up here. But anything, you can see the volcano there. Let's see if we can find another one. Here's another one. We'll go here. Okay, it says Maipo there, right behind these people. There we go. This is Maipo. Trying not to get the people in there. What a gorgeous view, huh? There's people here, though. Sorry, people. Thank you, Ramiro. And moving on to the next one. Palamo. Plamo means dove after the shape of its glaciers. It is 15,940 foot high Chilean stratovolcano located in the commune of Machalí, Cacopoulos province. Together with Tiranguririca, it is one of two volcanoes in the region with evidence of Holocene volcanism. The volcano is remote, and knowledge on its geology and potential volcanic hazards is limited. So it's not as well known. And moving on to Tiranguririca volcano. This is a massive and active stratovolcano located in Chile's 6th region, O'Higgins, and near Argentina border. Constant fumarolic activity occurs within and on the northwest walls of its summit crater, and hot springs and fumaroles can also be seen on the western flanks, as illustrated by images. It was near this volcano that Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571 crashed in 1972, with its survivors lost for 72 days. Wow. So this is it here. Moving on to our next one, Mandaka. Mandaka is a Holocene lava dome. Trying to get my views to come in better here. We can see it's here. And moving on to the next one, Calaborzos. Okay, better. Calaborzos is a late Pleistocene caldera. It produced major rhyodacite to dacitic ash flow sheets of 200 to 500 kilometers magma each, collectively referred to as Loma Seca Tuff. Eruptive activity has continued into the Holocene, forming the 20 by 25 kilometer dacic to andesitic Cerro del Medio complex at the southern end of the caldera, and four clustered vents of Bozzetto Chico near the western caldera rim. The late Holocene 2.5 kilometer escorious dacic lava flow from Duska Bozzetto Chico traveled more than 30 kilometers south. Several hot springs clusters are present along the margin of the central resurgent uplift within the caldera. Wow. Amazing. Serra Azul, Chile Volcano. Where did you go? Okay, here we go. and is Volcan Quizapu. The Serra Azul stratovolcano is at the southern end of the Duska Bozzetto Gran Serra Azul eruptive system. It is a steep-sided edifice with 500-meter wide summit crater open to the north. The three basaltic andesite Razaloma craters, scoria vents, are located below the west flank, and two Los Hornitos scoria cones are lower southwest flank. Quizapu, a major vent on the northern flank of the Serra Azul, formed in 1846 during the first historical eruption, accompanied by emissions of voluminous dacic lava flows that traveled both east into Estero Barroso Valley and west into the Rio Blanquillo Valley. Quizapu was later the source of one of the world's largest explosive eruptions of the 20th century in 1932, which created a 600 to 700 meter wide, 150 meter deep crater and ejected 9.5 kilometers of dacitic tephra. So what I'm looking at here, and this is Serra Azul, and then you have Volcan over here. And there's a crater here. Wow. And moving on to the next one. Duska Bozzetto Grand. This is a stratovolcano located in Maui region of central Chile. It is capped by a 1/4 kilometer wide ice-filled caldera. And I think I'm off on my area here. I think what we're looking for is over here. I'm going to look these up again when I'm done. And named for its flat-topped form. As Duska Bozzetto means headless in Spanish, a small crater about 500 meters or 1,600 feet wide was found in the northeast part of the caldera and its active fumaroles. Okay, there we go. So we got the right one. There's over here. Our next one is San Pedro de Tatara. San Pedro Palada volcanic complex, also known as San Pedro Tatara, has been active from the Pliocene to the Holocene. The Tatara San Pedro edifice overlies the deeply eroded Palado stratovolcano. Both were constructed within 6 to 12 kilometer Rio Colorado caldera, which formed during an eruption about 0.5 million years ago. The Tatara basaltic andesite shield volcano at the western end of the complex contains stacked sequence of up to 100 or more lava flows, forming up to 1,500 meters of relief. The glacier-filled summit crater of the 3,621 meter high, dominantly andesitic San Pedro stratovolcano, which overlies the Tatara edifice, contains a young scoria cone that was the site of the most recent eruptions. A major Holocene flank debris avalanche filled the Rio de la Punta Valley to the south and was followed by eruptions originating within the avalanche scarp low to the east flank that produced lava flows down the Estero Palado drainage. No historical eruptions have been recorded, but the fumaroles are found southeast of Palado. And this is Volcan de Mayo over here. And moving on, Laguna del Mar volcano. And this is lagoon right here. This is a volcanic field in the Andes Mountains range of Chile, close to and partly overlapping the Chile-Argentina frontier. The bulk of the volcanic field is the Talca province of Chile's Maule region. It is a segment of the southern volcanic zone, part of the Andean volcanic belt. Many of the volcanic centers in the Laguna del Mar volcanic field formed during post-glacial times. After glaciers had retreated from the area, this activity has generated cones, lava domes, lava coulees, and lava flows which surround Laguna del Mar Lake. The field gets its name from the lake, which is also the source of the Mar River. Some of the volcanic centers were active during and before the last glaciation. At least 3 caldera formation events are associated with the system. About 130 volcanic vents belong to the field, and earliest eruptions occurred 1.5 million years ago. Post-glacial volcanic activity has included eruptions with simultaneous explosion and effusive components, and volcanic rocks in the field vary from basaltic over andesite to dacite to rhyolite. The field was a source of obsidian with regional importance. So let's see if we have any views here. I can see roads here, so maybe. Well, I was hoping, but I don't see any here. Oh, wait, we do have some. Yay! Okay, guys. Well, we're going to go over here. Why not? I'm looking for a spot to go to so y'all can see the lagoon. Okay, we'll go there. Whoa! Falling. And it'll take a second for it to load, you guys. There we go. Is that gorgeous or what? Sorry, the pictures are off a little bit. But we can see something here. I think it's my computer, but I'm not sure. I plan on working on it later to see if I can fix it. Okay, and moving on to the next one. Nevado de Longaví. This is a volcano in the Andes of central Chile. This is a 10,636 foot high volcano which lies in the Linares province. It's part of the Maule region. It features a summit crater and several parasitic vents. The volcano is constructed principally from lava flows. 2 collapses of the edifice have carved collapse scars into the volcano. One on the eastern slope, known as Lomas Limpias, and another on the southwestern slope, known as Los Bayu. The volcano features a glacier, and the Acabueno and Blanco rivers originate on the mountain. Our next one is Lomas Blancas. Lomas Blancas is a small shield-like stratovolcano of late Pleistocene to Holocene age, located about 15 kilometers southeast of Nevado de Longaví, a 2.3 kilometer wide caldera, possibly formed by edifices collapse, is open to the southeast. The central cone is basaltic. Basaltic andesite lava flows extend 7 kilometers from the collapsed scarp. Much of the volcano is covered by pumice deposits that probably originated from Nevado de Longaví. And moving on to the next one, Risako. Risako is a cinder cone in the Linares province of Chile. The cinder cone may have formed during historical times and created a basaltic andesite lava flow that extended over 3 kilometers or 1.9 miles of length to the Laguna del Mar. So if we look, follow the lava flow, and it's up in this area right here. And here it is here. And then you can see the lava flow down and then to the Laguna del Mar. And moving on to the next one, Nevado de Chile. It's a group of stratovolcanoes located in the Andes of Biobío region, Chile, and is one of the most active volcanoes in the region. It consists of 3 overlapping peaks, 10,538 foot Cerro Blanco, or Volcan Nevado, at the northwest, and 3,089 meter, or 10,135 foot high Volcan Viejo, Volcan Chulin, at the southeast, with Volcan Nuevo in the middle. Volcan Viejo was the main active vent during the 17th and 19th centuries, and the new Volcan Nuevo lava dome complex formed between 1906 and 1945, eventually growing to exceed Viejo in height in mid-1980s. This complex contains 2 subcomplexes, Cerro Blanco and Las Termas. The subcomplex Cerro Blanco includes the volcanoes Santa Gertrudis, Gato, Cerro Blanco, Colcura, Cofu, Pichucofu, and Buenos. And subcomplex Las Termas includes the volcanoes Shangri-La, Nuevo, Aro, Viejo, Chilean, Huaypata de Perro. In addition, near the complex, there are 2 pyroclastic satellite cones, the volcanoes La Lagunillas and Parador. So this is Nevados de Chile. And this is the 3 here. I don't know if there's a site, a view for this one or not. Can always try to look. So I guess there is. So we'll see what we can see here. There's one right at the top too. We're gonna go over here, I think, first. Give it a minute for it to actually show us a view here. Wow. So that's one view. With this view. And we're going to go look at a different view here. We have one right at the top here. Okay, let's go. So we gotta wait for the view to load here. This is amazing. Like the 3D view. And moving on to the next one. A Tunco volcano. Nope, we disappeared for a minute. Okay. This is a stratovolcano located in Biobío region of Chile, near Sierra Veluda, on the shore of Laguna del Mar. I think it's Leja. But I think there might be a view with this one, so we're gonna look. We do have a few down here. We have one up here, so I'm gonna go up on this. Whoa, my Pegman keeps dropping me today. Thanks, Pegman. Okay, let's do this again. Uh-oh, it dropped me. Okay, let's do this one more time. See my dots right there. Okay, so let's go right there. Yay, okay, now this is an awesome view up here. I'm gonna work on my my thing later and fix this because I didn't have any problems with it before, but I ended up getting rid of my history on my computer and it ended up doing this. Okay, so this is a Tunca volcano. And give you a good view here. And moving on to the next one. Unless I get this. Nope. Colloquy. Colloquy is a late Pleistocene to Holocene stratovolcano. Has a profile of an overturned canoe due to its construction along an 11-kilometer long southwest-northeast fissure above a 1.2 to 0.3 million year old Pleistocene edifice. The ice-capped basaltic andesite volcano contains well-preserved cones and lava flows which have traveled up to 14 kilometers. Small craters, 100 to 500 meters in diameter, primarily found along a fissure extending down the southwest flank. Intense sulfuric activity occurs at the southern portion of the summit. In 1966 and 1978, red glow was observed from fumarolic areas. Periods of intense fumarolic activity have dominated. Few historical eruptions are known. An explosive eruption was reported in 1751. There were uncertain accounts of eruptions in 1864 and 1937, and a small phreatic ash emission was noted in 1980. And it does look like an overturned canoe. And moving on to Laguna Marinaki. Try to guys get something to drink real quick. And this is a volcano in the Melillo province of Chilean Andes. The volcano consists of two craters located along a fault zone 2 kilometers or 1.2 miles apart, with associated pyroclastic material and andesite lava flows on a high plateau at an elevation of 6,600 to 7,500 feet. Serra Azul is an associated cinder cone that was formed during the Holocene. And moving on to the next one, Toyohaka. Toyohaka is a stratovolcano straddling the border between the regions of Biobío and Araucanía in southern Chile. Okay, guys, I will be back with part 5. Thank you for viewing and watching. I appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.